Hello, and welcome to Red Stain Radio, a Dead by Daylight podcast, and I'm one of your hosts, Madison. I'm joined by my lovely co-hosts today, Stevie and Bryson. Say hi, guys.
Hey, hey,
Hello, hello.
how's it going?
So thank you all for being here today. How are we doing?
No, we're doing good today.
Good, a
Today's
little
been a good
sleepy.
day.
Yeah, yeah, it was
I am a
productive,
little
and I'm
sleepy
a little
too,
sleepy.
don't worry.
No, it's
Mm-hmm.
late. It's late.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
got y'all here late.
but excited to
it's all
chat. I
good.
have
It's
so
all
much to
good.
say.
They'll never know. We do have a pretty jam-packed episode today for episode 15. On Red Stain Radio today, we're going to be talking about the latest update and the release of Sinister Grace. We'll also have some news regarding the Halloween event and upcoming cosmetic collections. Before we dive into the news, though, we have some exciting announcements. The
Oh yeah.
first and major thing is that we interviewed actually some of the community cosmetic winners for this year's contest, and we talked
Mm-hmm.
about their art and their entry and all of that. And yeah, Stevie, Bryson, would any of you guys like to talk a bit more about that?
No, we're really proud to have got this opportunity. I mean, we kind of just got to sat down and talk with these people who are just regular people like that love the game like us, and they won in their art, which kind of embodies the ideal we all have behind the art. We wish we could draw it and put that skin we want to see, but the people who actually did it, they're out there and they're
And
sweethearts.
badges and banners too.
Oh
Yes,
yeah, everything that makes DBD what it is.
Yes.
I'm super excited to listen to these conversations because these are all one-on-one conversations. So we're not all a part of all of these conversations, which I think is exciting for each of us. But the ones I've listened to so far have been wonderful. I'm super excited for them to air, and yeah, can't wait. Um, these all these people were wonderful, and I'm so thankful for their time and their energy. And I can't wait to see all the cosmetics in game next year.
Uh, and speaking of airing these episodes, we'll be releasing these weekly starting Friday, October 3rd. So keep an eye out on our podcast feeds. That said, we weren't able to get in touch with every single artist that won, but they were thrilled to share. We are thrilled to share the ones that we did speak to, and we just want to give a massive thank you to the artists who spoke with us, and a thank you to the listeners for supporting us and listening to our podcast.
Yep, super stoked.
Woo!
Oh, it's really, really good. Y'all are gonna
Now,
love it. Look for
let's
those bonus
get
episodes.
Hmm.
Now let's get into some news, guys. We got
News.
quite a bit of news. First things first, the Halloween game, like the official Halloween movie game, Halloween the movie, the game.
Yeah.
We got some more gameplay details and release date. It's set to release next year on September 8th, and the gameplay is kind of described as a civilian, you protect the townsfolk by guiding them to safety, scavenging for weapons and supplies, and finding a phone to call the police before it's too late. Danger lurks around every corner, and survival depends on strategy, teamwork, and quick thinking. Meanwhile, Michael Myers stalks the shadows, using terrifying abilities like shape jump to move unseen across the map and strike without warning in a heart-pounding experience, which is the official blurb from Ilphonics, the developers for the game. Guys, what are your thoughts on this new Halloween game?
It's looking like a lot like Friday the 13th, the game. Like if you've
That's my thoughts
seen the
exactly,
gameplay
yeah.
trailer
Big time.
release
Big time.
alongside this official stuff, it looks a lot like Friday the 13th. And I love the emphasis on the hero characters. I think they call them, I don't know if they call them here, as a civilian, like civilians
Mhm.
have to, like hero civilians essentially, you have to save townsfolk instead of escaping, which maybe escaping is a part of that. We really don't know the full details, but Michael has to kill so many townsfolk to win essentially. And so the objective is much different than what DBD is or even Friday the 13th was. So I really like that gameplay shakeup, but it's looking a lot like Friday the 13th. You know, we see Michael get shot in the trailer. He goes down, very similar to Friday the 13th, Jason, in that. And then he quickly pivots up 90 degrees like he does in the movies. It's looking great. And his ability, the shape jump, essentially he's like a shadow. He turns invisible and he can move faster and he can move throughout the map without being seen. So yeah, I mean, he's always moving unseen in the movies. Super excited to see that kind of represented here. The fact that we got this news alongside the Myers rework in the latest patch is hilarious. More on that later. I have a lot of thoughts there, but I know a lot of people are hesitant. I know I'm still kind of hesitant on this game, but I'm really excited. The fact that we have a release date and it's a year out is a little weird. Like I think that's the latest game we have a release date for at all. But super
Like it's a
stoked,
little
and it'll be
early.
like it's yeah. Well, I wouldn't say it's that early. They've probably been working on it for a while since like TCM was still in getting support, but the fact that we have it so far out is kind of crazy to me. But I'm excited, and I really hope it's successful because I think DBD needs a competitor, especially after the year we've had.
We'll be getting into that though. Stevie, any thoughts on the Halloween games?
I mean, I had only seen the trailer, but from what the gameplay is, it sounds a lot more just like Halloween, the movie, the game. And that might be fun for a game or two. If Survivor is like you're playing as one of like six people, like in Friday the 13th, might get a little crazy like Friday the 13th. Because it is just one person, and you're gonna get Michaels who don't know what they're doing because they just picked up the game and hit multiplayer. I'm curious because
Yeah.
people are gonna start moving from DBD to this, and that migration of people who play every game like it's DBD is maybe gonna make or break it.
Yeah,
I do kind of want to quickly add, I haven't really caught up with the game Halloween, so I don't know much, but if I'm correct, I don't think there's going to be like multiple roles or like powers for Michael. You just play as Michael,
yeah.
which depending on what they do, oh, sorry,
You
I was
just
just
play
gonna
as.
say, depending on what they do on
Oh, go ahead.
release, it could make or break it the game. Just because, like, if Michael is just Michael, like, yeah, it's cool, but like, what makes Dead by Daylight so successful and the games that try and replicate it, like VHS, is that each killer is different, each is unique, and each has a different way to play that game, like that individual match. Like, I think in VHS there's like a doll maker, you control like little victors basically, super fun. Or there's like a cyborg who hunts you down, is really good at tracking. You gotta be more scared. Like, gotta be hiding. You gotta get away. Michael, though, it just seems like it's gonna be the same thing over and over and over again, which is my
There's
Yeah,
biggest
only
concern.
one Michael Myers, and they're
There is
just
only
gonna
one
keep
Michael, but
running
like
it.
even Friday the 13th, they had different Jasons, which had different powers. But this
hmm
game is seeming like it's just Michael. Michael. So
yeah.
that's my biggest concern.
There are apparently he will have different abilities. Like his one ability is shape jump. They don't preface what any others are, and they, as far as we know, they only have rights to the first movie, but hopefully they have rights to more movies. And then hopefully they can bring in those other Michaels, because we have many different versions, like we do with Jason Voorhees. So hopefully, I don't know. I think as long as the core gameplay is there, it will be good enough. But I think the variety will mostly come down to game modes and maps, essentially. So, and then maybe on the Survivor side as well. But yeah, I think the Michael gameplay overall will just be around the same.
Yeah. So moving on from the Halloween game news that we got recently, there was the Sinister Grace. Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Or did
you got
I?
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes,
Does it sound
Sinister
wrong?
Grace broadcast stream, and we got some information. Of these, we got information about the Halloween event. It's the same theme as last year. It'll be running from October 14th to November 14th, and they brought back orange. It's no longer blue. It's no longer blue.
Yeah.
It's orange and blue. There's variety. There's
The
color. I'm so happy.
the
It's not
graphics
just
they
fucking
released for some of
blue.
it looks great. The comic book like strip
Yes.
graphic
Like
marketing
kind of like
materials looked awesome.
80s a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we are also getting some minor gameplay adjustments to the new Haunted by Daylight game mode. Void crystals can now be placed on gens for passive gem progression for a short
That's
amount of
cool.
time, and it's pretty slow, but still, passive generator progression is kind of crazy. And killers now can use haunts to break pallets faster. You just kind of have them in your. If you have a haunt and you break a pallet, I think it like has a cool animation, makes it really faster, and then you lose it.
Yeah.
And there'll be some new rewards, including cosmetic sets for Felix and the Skull Merchant, which are free. So a free
hmm
cosmetic set for Skull Merchant and Felix.
And looked
Woo!
good too, by the
Evie,
way.
Bryson, thoughts on the
No,
Haunted by
everything
Daylight?
was so good when I was watching this stream, and I got to
hmm
see it all hit live.
Exactly.
I'm gonna be so excited when they come out. I'm just gonna farm for the Kate skin, that Felix skin.
I do want to
I'm
comment
into it.
on the I do want to comment on the void crystal, the passive gen regression or
Yes.
progression. I know a lot of people were like, "Oh my god, survivors are getting this whole new thing." First of all, a lot of events are killer sided. I'm just going to straight up say that, like the anniversary event, Bluetooth hooks,
Last year's
remote.
Halloween was so killer sided.
Yeah, I mean, you're
This
in
year's,
addition to
yep.
the haunts, like you're going to be able to wound survivors with your haunt. That is also pretty crazy, especially when you could M1 someone and then use your haunt immediately to down them quickly. Although they eventually patched that out, thankfully. But like, this is an actually good, useful mechanic for survivors, unlike a fog crystal, which we have in game base kit now. Although
We just
fog
smoke bombs.
crystals
Yeah.
are probably going to be better than a void than fog vials, because fog vials were just nerfed to the ground. But super excited
Yeah.
for this, and killers
Mhm.
just don't. It's temporary. It's a temporary game mode. Have fun. It's supposed to be
Yeah.
arcadey. Don't take it too seriously.
Exactly. Have some fun. It's
No, people are gonna
Halloween.
sweat. People are gonna sweat like
Oh,
fucking
always,
hell.
always.
Every single event.
Or
Yeah.
camp the void whale,
Don't
which
don't
I've
doubt
had
that.
killers do before. Like just chill out.
Yeah. Well, moving on from the Halloween event, we have quite a few cosmetics that were announced in this game. So I'm going to kind of go over them quickly, but we're going to pay attention to one of them, that being Night of the Living Cat, which, by
Mm-hmm.
the way, I realized
Yeah,
in past episodes when we were talking about the collab, I kept calling it Night of the Living Dead. It's Night of the Living Cat. That's what it's called. The enemy is called
Oh,
Night,
okay.
the
because
Living Cat.
they're still living cats. There's
Makes
Yeah,
nothing
there's
sense.
dead
no dead
about them.
cats. They're all
Nothing
alive.
dead.
But yes, the collab got officially revealed, and we're getting two skins. We're getting a skin for Yui Kimura, which is a very rare skin that turns her into one of the protagonists, which her name is Kyaru. Kyaru.
The
That's my
Kaoru
attempt. I'm sorry if
Ru
I got
Yui
that wrong.
skin. It's gonna be
And
fun.
for Killer, we're getting a really cool visceral skin. So that's a unique Mori for the Oni that turns into a bear with a cat on his head, and he gets like
Very
This
half
is the
cool.
invisible
exciting
things.
one.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's really cool. And if you haven't seen the Mori for it, it's very neat. There's
Oh
cats,
yeah.
there's mauling, there's aura. There's aura, dare I say.
I don't know if any of you
Additionally,
one second. I didn't know if any of you knew, but I was wondering why is it a bear when it is the Night of the Living Cat collab? Supposedly in that
Right.
yes,
universe there are special cats that have turned with abilities, and if they
yes,
sit on you, they
Special
can
infected.
yeah, they can like
control you.
they
Mind
control
control.
you, which I think is so cute,
Yes.
and didn't know about that. So if any listeners didn't know, that's why it's a bear.
Yes, I believe this releases this month. I don't know when this month. I could be wrong, could be later, but I believe it's this month. If it's wrong,
Mm-hmm.
I'm misinformationing y'all. I'm so sorry. Additionally, the reason why this collab kind of happened is that the creators of the anime were actually big DBD fans, and they actually reached out and said, "Hey, can we
That's
have
cool.
maybe some of your characters in our show?" And they were like, "Yes!" And that's why Dwight and Meg are just kind of in the background, eating noodles slash looking scared. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, though,
weird.
honestly, in that
It's so
universe,
weird
I'd rather
seeing
be
them
in
in
that
anime.
universe than Dead by Daylight. Like, I don't want to be tortured for eternity. Yeah, I turned into
Mm-hmm.
cat. That sucks. But, like, at least I'm not being tortured every day.
That is
True.
better.
That is better.
Mm-hmm.
Undeniably.
Yes. In addition to the Night of the Living Cat collab, I believe there's also the Autumn Fashion Collection releasing this month, which has skins for Legion slash Julie, Michaela, Kate, and Orella. In October, we're having quite a few cosmetics released. We're getting additions to the Trick and Treats collection, so these are like Halloween themed skins for Felita and Renato Lyra, which is October 14th. On October 21st, we're getting the legendary skin from Michonne, which transforms her into Maggie. So I know people were really excited when they announced that back in the Walking Dead live stream. So that's finally coming out this month, a few days before Halloween. And finally, on Halloween Day, October 31st, we're getting Blighted Unknown, which is a very rare skin for
I'm
him.
so
And
excited for that one.
there might
Looks
be a
good.
few more skins. They said there's going to be more.
Oh, there's,
Springtrap.
there's a couple more in between those, but in
Mm-hmm.
between all the stuff they said that they're doing, there are hints that there's more coming.
Exactly. Hopefully Springtrap, because they did say they had something for Springtrap and the year's almost over.
No, Springtrap is getting a skin. You can count
Yes,
on
they
that.
had. Yes,
Don't
they had.
worry.
And additionally, we're also getting a new Rift on October 7th. This is called Reverence, which has Ascended skins for Yin Jin Lee and the Trickster, and this will likely contain the last community created cosmetics from last year's contest. So that is Dredge and I think Adam. It could be a different survivor, but I believe it's Adam and the Dredge that are in this
I don't
one.
remember the last one,
Oh,
but
interesting.
yeah, it might be it.
That'll be a
Dredge
fun
definitely
combo.
though.
Yes,
I
I've
need
been
to
waiting
I
for
need to
that
play
Dredge
more Adam
skin, and
because
that
he has
Adam
such
skin
good
is like
outfits already.
yeah, I've been waiting for this Dredge skin
Hmm.
for a year, so I'm very excited for that. That Adam skin, so sexy. I can't wait for it to be added as well.
Yeah,
And honestly, I
the
might start
reason I
making
think
him.
we're
It's a really good outfit.
and the Dredge outfit, I think they said when they announced it, it was the winner. It was going to have some technical challenges, which is probably why it's the last one, since it is sheets and has to flow and such. So
Yeah,
I'm sure the physics they've had to work out. So that's why we're getting it last.
yes. Hopefully they don't completely change it, but I'm hoping it's mostly the same.
Yeah.
Additionally, we have some more news. DBD Day will be returning from October 2nd to the 20th with in-game rewards. So if you don't remember, it was like a limited time event in quotation marks. If you played a few games, you got some like black, white, red DBD themed cosmetics for Spirit and a few of the survivors, I believe. Additionally, October 17th to 19th, DBD will be attending Gamescom Asia in Bangkok, which is pretty fitting given the chapter and, Bangkok.
It's
Mm.
Thailand. It's a Thai killer. It's
Hmm.
And
good.
now we're going to Thai. That's crazy. Right now, though, additionally, you can log in and claim a free banner linked to the game. It has my face. Additionally, if you buy the game, you get bonus banners with Dwight and Sable being kind of like 8-bitified, and a profile badge, which you can also earn if you buy the game. And also, this is kind of added last minute because it was literally posted, I think, a few hours ago before we started
Yeah.
recording. There is a new survey for you guys to take, which kind of is trying to figure out what you guys want from a map and what you like or dislike about current maps. And some of the map themes they want to know that people like were really interesting, like a map that's out at sea on a ship
Yeah.
inside a living organism. Like these
Underwater
are
was
cool.
one. Yeah.
Underwater, yes. BioShock, what?
I think they're ready to do something like that. They're totally
Yes,
down to do it. Like they want to keep expanding their realms. They want to keep
exactly.
making new maps that are fun and enjoyable. They don't
Especially,
want to have you like keep going through the old same ones.
yeah, especially because I feel like recently a lot of the maps they've been releasing, though really cool. Like I love Freddy Fazbear's, but it's on the park map, and we it feels like we kind of been in the same areas. I want something new. I want a new realm that feels different. Like the alien map that I forgot, Deepwood Antarctica, something like that.
Oh,
Love
Toba
that.
Landing. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
hate playing on it, but I love visually.
Toba
We want more.
landing and the spaceship crash. They're
Exactly.
good.
So now we've gone through kind of a lot of the miscellaneous news. We're going to be talking about the topic for the show today, which is the update that came out last Tuesday and the Sinister Grace release. So there's a lot we're going to talk about. First off, let's talk about the main thing, the new chapter, and more importantly, the new killer, the Krasue, was released.
Oh,
Oh boy.
Krasue
Uh,
week one. This is people see it as a nightmare zone right now.
Yeah.
oh,
It's rough out there,
But
y'all.
before we talk about the actual gameplay of the killer, let's talk about the opening trailer though, when he first opened up Dead by Daylight. Who coped with that? That is
Okay,
so
yes.
good.
Great
That's the
And
first
animation.
new
thing and
trailer,
the main thing. That's
yes,
totally the art direction for this chapter that nailed it.
yes. I want more of this. I love the aura. This is hype moments in aura. I love it. It's so cool. I love the Krasue. Literally, I love like the name in the background. It felt so good. I'm sorry, rambling. It's just so good.
No, you're right. It's very
But
good.
besides the opening yes, we all agree trailer's really good, but it's not at the point where everyone's like, "Oh, it's too good." Much like the killer that was released, the Krasue. Specifically, their power is quite decisive among people. Many people are comparing it to old Chucky with the scamper, and it being really hard to just kind of counter. People are straight up begging to face Ghoul again, which is crazy because like he hasn't really been nerfed, and people are like, "We want him back." Because we'd rather go against that than the Krasue, which is talking a lot. They did announce nerfs for the Krasue in two instances. Like
Yeah.
there's gonna be two different patches with two different nerfs to the Krasue. Hopefully trying to keep like the fun but not the annoyance of the character. But currently, we're not at that moment. We are in Krasue is very, very good, debatably stronger than
Broken.
Blight.
Yeah.
Now that I've kind of yapped about that, guys, let's talk about it. What are your thoughts on
Broken's the
Krasue?
word.
Go for it, Stevie.
It's weird. You've probably seen her like stomp, but like if she stays in her current state, there's actually so much more people can be doing to make the game so much less enjoyable. She
Yeah.
has like no cooldown behind her spit, so she can miss her spit and then keep trying,
Or
which is
immediately
like
M1
it's
you.
fair.
Yeah.
Or immediately M1 you. You cannot dodge her spit into her. She will M1 you for the free health state and then keep spitting at you. And then as soon as you are poisoned, this is not a if or when, it's as soon as she will make you infected if she hits a wall 2 feet behind you, 3 feet behind you. She goes into head mode and it becomes a game of chicken if she's in the flight mode. And it becomes a game of you died if you are within 2 meters of her, if you immediately. But as soon as you get to a loop, she can hug tech anything she wants. It's amazing that they have zero cooldown on the transforming. You can swing right out of hitting
Wild.
the transform button. As soon as your camera pulls back, you can swing as the head. So you can kind of just run up on people, infect them, and then immediately swing as soon as you've immediately changed into the head form without animations, by the way. The best part of the killer is their animations, and you can just swing through them and
Yeah.
cause damage.
Additionally, after regurgitating, you can immediately M1 after you M2 in her human form, so that's also really fun.
Mhm.
As someone who's been a target of that countless times as a survivor, I hate it.
Yeah, and
I
she.
imagine it's going to take a lot of work for them to fix some of the bugs.
Yeah, because I've seen her. I've seen her while in her
Oh,
head form hit people right over low obstacles, like on Hawkins
Yes.
or Meat Plant, like just those low, half walls essentially on loops. It's incredible how bug she is.
yeah, especially since people have recently found out actually her regurgitate when it hits a wall or when you just shoot it, it has auto aim.
This was
So
in
as
the
soon as it hits the
PTB.
wall, all those projectiles are going to be slightly trying to hit you instead of just random. And same thing when she just spits out normally. Like if your pill is like here and the ball's going here, it might just curve into you. So
This part was in the PTB, I'm pretty sure. People just didn't notice it until now. Some
Yeah.
people
there's
noticed
so
it,
much
and
information. So when
there
we
was a
finally
lot
got
to
used to
her.
it,
It was definitely an unnecessary addition. I think it would make the killer a lot more consistent, and trick shots would be a lot more impressive if it didn't have auto aim.
yeah,
And
especially
survivors going against it would be a lot happier.
especially because I think like killers like Deathslinger or not Trickster, Huntress don't have auto aim, so it's a
Yeah,
little weird
I
that they
mean
gave it.
Huntress has it's what Huntress
Yeah,
has.
giant hitboxes.
You know she's got it like that.
Yeah, she's got
Pill-shaped
giant
hitboxes.
She's
hitboxes.
got it like
Yeah.
that.
I'll also
So
say, sorry, I wanted to mention. Oh, I lost it. Maybe.
okay.
Oh yeah, the auto aim killers. Yeah, auto aim is getting old. Free hits aren't fun, especially when you just mentioned Deathslinger and Huntress.
Mhm.
Other projectile based killers. People say, "Oh, Google is hit scan." Like, okay, he's hit scan, but you get a free hit regardless. Like that first hit it's free. Like you're not gonna miss it unless you're like very new to the game. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm over it. We don't need auto aim in this game.
No, thank you. No, thank you. Let's move on from the killer because I feel like we don't want to be kind of drilling into the same hole of, very broken. So let's move on to our
Mm.
perks instead, which are decisively, or not decisively, which are drastically not as good as her. First perk, Ravenous. If you don't know, each time you hook a survivor for the first time, you get a token. And when you get 4 tokens, the perk activates, and for the next 60 seconds, all survivors are exposed. It's okay. That is my thoughts.
Yeah.
I have not much to say.
It's not. It's not good. It's not good.
Moving on to our next perk, we have Wandering Eye, which is the perk where when you start chase with somebody, all survivors within, I believe, 16 meters who are injured are revealed to you for 2, 3, 4 seconds. It could have been so much better if it weren't for Flat Gainers. I hate that bitch. I want that woman obliterated.
I've not
Um,
gone
order
against.
obliterated.
I get what you mean.
I'm not gonna get to killer with this perk yet, and not a nurse especially. So I can't speak of it, but I think nurse is a problem anyways. So I'm with you, Maddie.
Yeah,
I
Stevie?
think I think there's the idea of like what do you replace for this perk, right? If you imagine the pub nurse, they have nowhere to hide, Pop Goes the Weasel, Scourge Hook, Dead Man's. They're not going to replace nowhere to hide for this. They're not going to replace, Pop Scourge Dead Man's for this.
Yeah. And
So I don't know.
that's kind of my main problem because the perk is not very good. And the reason why it's not very good is because if it was good, every nurse would use it, everyone would hate it.
I
And though
like that
nurse
it's not
never
very good.
appears, it's just making a strong killer stronger and making the weak killers feel so much weaker.
I
It's
like
just
that it's a scary perk because it does make those weaker killers scarier though. Because
yeah,
those
but not
weaker
by a lot
killers,
though. That's my issue with this
mm,
perk. Like
you
on a
run this
stealth
with
killer,
unnerving presence, and then
like on
anytime a survivor uses an item or becomes exhausted, you see exhausted survivors. And then when you chase that survivor, you see the injured survivors.
it's just
Yeah.
Synergy, chase
to me though,
build.
but so many hoops you have to jump through when you
I
could just
love
be
those
nurses
perks.
calling. Or as you said, nowhere to hide. That's
Yep.
kind of my main
Yeah.
Mhm.
problem. There's so
Yeah.
many better
Yeah.
perks, and this perk can't be good because if it was good, then every single nurse would use it, and the nurse would once again be good. Like good, good, good to the point everyone would use her. I don't want that. And it sucks that we're in this situation. I am a firm nurse hater.
I think that we're in a good situation where because perks are so busted on S tier killers, they can only make bad perks. And
But
sometimes
then
those
no one
bad perks are
likes
fun.
using that perk.
Sometimes they're fun and then you like using them. That's the
No.
hope. They're just trying to drill
No.
for gold. They're
I
like the
don't
guy
know.
mining in the meme, going through
No.
all the bad perks.
They've come out with some really bad perks though, like Deadline with Alan Wake.
Yeah.
Some real
I
bad
mean,
perks.
Road Life
Yeah.
is still really bad,
Speaking of
which we'll get to. You know, so
yes, speaking of bad perks, Hex Overture of Doom. When a survivor starts working on the when you spawn in the match, a Hex totem lights
Right,
up.
from the
The
top.
farthest generator from you gets hexed. When a survivor starts repairing on it for 5 seconds, your terror radius is transferred onto it and you're left undetectable for 30 seconds.
It's so
Bad.
much. There's
It's
so
bad.
much. And it's so bad.
It's so bad.
it's ass.
Don't use
Yeah,
this
it
perk.
is.
It's booby. Don't use it. Respectfully. Like, if you like it, good for you. But it's bad. Not much to
Mhm.
say.
I mean, like, imagine this perk goes off twice in a match. That would mean they, like, worked on your generator that's cursed for 5 seconds. You shook them off the generator. You maybe killed one of them because you're undetectable. And then they went back to work on it for 5 seconds after you were not finding anyone. Now you know they're working on it and you're undetectable and you get another hook. Maybe this perk gets you, like, 2 hooks and then it's cleansed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Maybe 3.
Like, if it was not a hex perk, I feel like it would be actually kind of decent. But since it's a hex perk, there's always a risk that it could be gone in the first 5 seconds. And because of that, that's why it sucks. In my opinion.
Yeah.
It's like Tinkerer, but a hex.
Exactly. Which is
Yeah.
not very good, surprisingly. Anyways, our 49th survivor was also released with this chapter in the Krasue, and her name is V. Bunyasak. She came with 3 unique perks: Road Life, 1, 2, 3, 4, and Ghost Notes. Let's start with Road Life. Road Life, when you are injured and you start repairing a generator, if you hit a great skill check, you get 2 tokens. If you hit a good skill check, you get 1 token. And if you miss a skill check, you lose a token. Or did they change it to 0?
Oh, let's see, because they released it.
I don't
It's
remember
actually
what it is now.
yeah. You're losing skill checks on a repair failure.
Yes.
You're losing 1 and gaining 1 or
And once you're
0.
at 4 tokens, the next time you heal somebody or yourself, you get 100% healing speed. Just bring empathy. Or not empathy, botany knowledge. Just bring
Yeah.
botany.
Yeah.
Just bring botany.
Bring do no harm. Bring
Or we'll make it.
Bring
anything.
do no harm. Exactly.
Bring will make it.
So many better
Mhm.
perks. Don't use this. It's so many loopholes just to get a healing bonus when other perks just work. So, yeah, not very good. Her other perk though is a lot better. 1, 2, 3, 4. Honestly, kind of a goated perk. Basically, when you're standing still, you can press your second active key. So I think that's E for keyboard and
Yeah.
a button on the controller. And you pull out a little tambourine / I think it's a tambourine, and
That's
you
a
get
tambourine, right?
yes. and you get little skill checks. Well, little. It's like half the circle of a normal
They're
skill check thing.
huge. They're
And
huge.
you have 20 seconds of performing. If you successfully do that and don't move or you miss a skill check for the next 90, 120 seconds, you have a 20% increased chance to get a skill check when you're doing generators or repairing, or doing generators or healing. Pretty good, especially with paired with perks like Hyper Focus, Stakeout. Really good to gen rush, really good to heal. Recommend. It's a good perk. Yeah, it's kind of slow, but like the value. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've seen some good Jin builds around this. I think you and Zuki were running a Jin build together, and y'all were
Yeah, yeah.
blasting through Jins like insanely. I was like, oh man, we're
It took like
that
20
toxic
seconds.
with.
It was awesome.
It was great. I loved it. Also, a weird bug right now where the tambourine gets bigger and bigger. I don't know if y'all have seen screenshots of this. Like you have to do
Yes,
something
I
to
saw
do
that.
that, but like there's these massive tambourines on the map, and it just makes me giggle. These are the types of bugs we
Yes.
need, not what Krasue
Yes.
is right now. Just saying that behavior if you're listening.
If you
Because
want to get that bug, it's when a Vecnet is in the match and someone has the hand of Vecnet, and then they use that perk. For
Oh,
some
okay,
reason, it just
cool.
makes it really.
Good to know.
Yeah. So, yeah, if you want to take hand,
that's awkward. That's
go find Vecnet.
weird.
It's so
It's only a
weird.
Vecna thing.
Yeah,
Yeah. But honestly, that's why he slays. He's so silly. We love a man who's
yeah.
mass murderer and a little silly. Not actually, though. Not actually. Don't be weird.
He makes your tambourine bigger.
Yeah, get a
Magic
bigger tambourine.
spells.
Let's talk about ghost notes. This is the one I have the least experience with, but basically, your scratch marks disappear faster if you're exhausted. I think that's the perk.
Yeah.
Yeah. While you're exhausted, scratch marks disappear 50% faster and
Yes,
increases your exhaustion recovery rate by 10%
there we
when
go.
you're not sprinting, basically.
Exactly.
Hmm.
That with lightweight, you're gone. They'll never
Yeah,
find you. They'll never find the body.
and or vigil.
Unironically.
Hmm.
And vigilate sprint burst every 40 seconds, 30 seconds.
Yeah,
Something like
be
that.
crazy.
Yeah, so if you don't want to be spotted, you're a bit more stealthy, and you like to hide in corners or lockers, maybe try bringing this in lightweight. Be a
Yeah.
little silly.
Krasue's perks we feel kind of bad about. How do we feel about V's perks? I think they're like C+,
On
B-.
honestly, I would rate them all collectively higher if Road Life
Real
wasn't
life is
like the
so
person in a
bad.
group project.
Well, of course, that's the worst
Yeah.
one.
So
But what's the
how I would describe it,
the other two are
that
fine.
how I would
Yeah.
describe it is that this is like a group project. There's three people. One, two, three, four. They're kind of doing their own thing, but they're doing good. Ghost Notes is like the person in charge. They're doing pretty good. Road Life is the slacker. They show up to presentation day late, and then they don't read the slides. They just kind of read off their hand where they've written.
But you're a teacher, and for the sake of this hypothetical, you're a teacher, and you've made the rubric, and you told them it would be a group project. Yes, you'd be scored as together because you don't want to do grading for every kid in the class.
Yeah.
You got 24 kids, and it's so many kids to deal with. But they all three of them show up. All three
Yeah.
of them do show up. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4 is just there to make the class laugh. You know,
Yes.
Ghost Notes wrote the presentation and did it. You can tell he's the one who stayed up late, and I mean, Road Life, like, you don't know what's going on at home with Road Life, so, like,
No.
you don't want to make it hard, and you got to give them a good grade, right? And it's a group project, so
Well,
you can justify it.
You know
well,
what?
first of all,
My final grade for them. My final grade. B.
B,
Flat B.
hey, B's
I
get
would,
degrees.
I'd probably put them in the C range. Like I think 1, 2, 3, 4 is good, but you have to pair it with other perks for it to be viable. Same with Ghost Notes, really,
That's fair.
and Road Life.
Yeah.
Like you have to create full builds for these perks to work, which I think really drags them down a bit.
That's fair.
But yeah, I think there's there are worse perks for sure. Like just again, Deadline with Alan Wake, you could run that perk. Don't, but you could. But Road
I
Life
like
is really
it.
bad.
Fun.
Yeah, it's not fun. Don't. I don't know
I
why
like my
that's a perk.
increased skill checks, even
I
if they're
don't-
sporadic.
Yeah, you like self-inflicted doctor on yourself. But yeah, I think
Yeah.
overall they're a C. And with the Krasue, probably
C.
less than that.
C
C
minus.
minus, D.
C
Yeah.
minus, D.
Enough.
By the
enough
way,
Krasue.
that analogy, the teacher analogy, we got to use that going forward for future reviews because
Yeah,
that's
okay,
great.
that's been something
Love
you
it
were doing each time. A teacher
You brought a
analogy.
tear
for
to my eye thinking
projects.
about that.
Yes. Okay, so for Krasue, let's look at them. One person didn't show up to presentation day. One of them just did not show up.
Hmm.
The other one was kind of like low key carrying the group, but it's clear that they have a second commitment, whether that be a job or maybe they have children. And so half the slides look messy, but you don't care. At least someone in this group tried. That is totally not Ravenous, cough, cough, hint, hint. And then Wandering Eye is like the normal person. They're just there. They did their work, but like you can also tell they could have done more. They're basic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's
totally
surreal.
agree.
That's
Hex
surreal.
Overture of Doom was found dead in Miami as well. Thank you.
Oh, that's good. I love it.
This is a rough college, the community college we got.
Yeah.
Hey, they should
Yeah.
be more like our star student, Elodie Ricardo, okay? They should be more like our star student, Elodie Ricardo.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe then I would be nicer. But no, for every Elodie, we get the clown. Actually, not the clown. Clown's also really good. We get the Krasue. Yeah, I said it. I said it.
That is
She's
true.
got that perks.
That is true. We get one of each, and then they have to make something better to get us back.
Yes. Now, let's move on from perks. I didn't include this in the notes, but there are cosmetics for the Krasue and V. V is seeming like she's gonna be a new Sable to me, honestly.
Yeah.
Like she's got purples and blues, not greens, blues, up the wazoo. And same thing for Krasue. But like V has like that. She's got the Sable slash Feng Min slash Claudette back in the early days energy. You know what I mean?
But she's a punk rocker. Like
Exactly.
she's hardcore to the core.
She's got aura. She's got the cuteness. People I feel like are gonna main her. She's got that she's got the Yui Kimura energy where she kind of comes out of nowhere. Everyone loves her, and they give her cosmetics, but not too many cosmetics. She slays, is what I'm trying to say.
I think she will
I hope
get too
there's
many cosmetics.
that effect.
Mm-hmm.
I
Sorry?
hope so.
What do you say?
I said I think she will
Did
get
you
too
say
many
you will get-
cosmetics because she will be the new Sable. She will become the new Sable. I've seen a lot of V since release, and I will say they play like Sables. So I'll leave it at that.
Oh my god, that's so mean.
No, I've had every V I've played against playing at that high level where it's like, it's just because it's the new character. People who are good at the game and have played so much will play the new character.
Yeah.
It's to see how far the survivor ranks can increase and they're still being played. That's the true mark of a Sable. You know what I mean? Like people are still playing Sable.
Yeah.
And she was released like last year.
Well, let's move on to a gameplay rework that was Michael Myers. So if you don't know, very brief recap. He has two forms, stealth and normal. You can stalk people in stealth to get a special form where you can become a dash killer and it one-shots people. And also, when you're dead on hook, he can use his special one-shot form to moor you. That's it. Bryson, as you can see, is not very happy about it.
Yo,
Listeners and viewers. So, why don't you tell us how you feel?
So a few episodes back, someone asked us what our top 3 killers were and our bottom 3 killers were.
Yes.
Like, who do we like to play as and who do we not like to go against? I don't think Michael will be in my top 3 anymore. I really dislike this rework. He feels like Bubba. Like, with the new palette, with the new tile system that they added palettes to certain maps,
Which we'll be talking
he eats. Yeah, we'll talk about more soon. He eats through pallets. Like the fact that his ability, it's essentially while Evil Incarnate is active, you essentially have a chainsaw, like you would Bubba, and you will eat through those pallets over and over and over again. And I played 4 or 5 games one night, and I got max 2 kills each game. And again, that's me learning this new ability, so that's understandable. And I was really trying a lot of different builds. I was like trying a chase build. I played a Jin build. I did a stealthy build. Like I was trying all sorts of stuff, and then trying bunch of different add-ons. He's got some good new add-ons, but like The evil incarnate does not last long enough for me to get enough value out of it other than one down. Whereas his old tier three, I would, depending on the add-ons I had that extended it or whatnot, I would usually get 3 downs per tier three. That is a big difference. And I spent a lot more time in chase with his new dash slash whatever you want to call it, long lunge ability. It's a dash, we all know it. And it just does not feel good to play. It doesn't feel intuitive. Again, all you got to do is pre-drop a pallet, and then it goes on cooldown, and I have to wait for it, and they get to the next loop by the time, or the next tile to loop by the time it recharges, and then I use it again to get rid of that pallet. So I really dislike it. I won't be playing much more of him. He does have an add-on to make him back to the original Michael, but you have to have an add-on. It's just like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to run an add-on. He also had Scratch Mirror is still viable, is still a thing, but it's an Eerie now. Like it, so you have much. You're gonna see them much less, and it's not. It's not a good change, and I really dislike how he plays. And so I'm gonna find another third killer to replace him with. Maybe I'll go back to Blight, but yeah, I think I'm done with Myers, unfortunately.
Dredge.
I tried Dredge.
Dredge,
He's just
Dredge,
so map
Dredge, Dredge.
dependent. I don't know.
That's fair. That's fair.
I think
Stevie.
behavior got I think they didn't want to do this. I think that my
Oh,
conspiracy is that the new Myers game was coming out and they were forced to keep the license and make him a shitty killer that no one would want to play, so everyone plays the real good Halloween game, or they had to give up the license.
that is very
Have him remembered as a
conspiracy.
hero for what he was,
Yeah.
or stick around as Dash Swap.
This is very much conspiracy talk here, listeners and viewers. Stevie,
I mean,
You must
but
cease and desist selling our Halloween chapter.
but to see the Halloween game gameplay reveal and to see Michael do that stealthy stuff, I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Like, I'm really excited to see more of that game because of that trailer. But like with this Michael Myers pre-work for DVD, I just don't want to touch the character. He's just not. He's not fun to play in my opinion. I'm sure. I think this is controversial. Like, I don't think anyone's on the same page here for this rework. Like, some people love him, some people don't. I just don't think it feels good to play compared to what he was. So yeah, that's my 2 cents.
yeah. So let's move on to near the end of the episode. End of the episode, I should say, to listeners and viewers. This is not a short episode, but this last section is going to be very, very long. So please hold our hands while we talk about this. DBD has not had a good year. Let's be for real. Like the anniversary with Springtrap, really good. Ever since then, we've been kind of going in a downward trajectory. I feel like we can all agree with this. Mainly, the things I want to talk about recently are the Walking Dead release and the Sinister Grace PTB. Walking Dead, if you don't know, PTB was a bit buggy. There were some weird voice lines, audio clippings from recordings that we should have heard. Daryl randomly screaming. I'm pretty sure the clown was broken at a point. Maybe. And when it
Yeah.
released, it was a mess. They decided to make a map that shouldn't have been a map. There was like missing textures. Survivors were kind of morphing into monstrosities again. Again, because that happened one time before. It was just kind of a mess all around. And then we kind of got a announcement saying, hey, we're gonna take things back, we're gonna cook, especially for this upcoming original chapter, which was later revealed to be Sinister Grace. And they said, hey, this killer is designed to be S tier. And then they gave her 10 buffs. And then we went to live. And now people are really upset. And now there's also bugs, like Giant Tambourine. It feels really shitty to the players, especially since this is supposed to be a pretty big year. We finally got FNAF and we're leading up to the year 10 anniversary. 10 years, a decade, and we still have questionable graphics, bugs every single patch. I don't mean like minor, like obviously bugs are gonna happen, but I'm talking like major bugs every single patch, and just kind of like lack of professionalism that some people say. I don't think that, but some people feel like behavior has been very professional in fixing bugs and keeping the game up to date. It feels like kind of like tug of war to get things changed. Like I know for some people there's some gameplay changes and like colorblind. Oh god, colorblind is an entirely different thing. That was long ago, but if you know, you know. Basically, DBD this year has been going through the gutter, and it should not feel like we're going through the gutter. Let's talk about more of that. Stevie, would you like to start this conversation about Dead by Daylight's health?
Yeah. You've hit the nail on the head. It's been a rough year that could have been a downward spiral, but it seems like they're pulling a nosedive into just kind of stabilizing. If they are serious about delaying stuff, they should just hold it as long as possible and just keep fixing things for as long as possible. I don't want to see any new content that just cracks the game in half again.
Yeah.
It's no fun playing a game that's just kind of you're stuck with one new thing that has everyone hating it for so long.
Yeah.
It's fun when everyone can enjoy one thing or talk about all the good stuff. There's been none of that this year, and I don't blame anyone anymore.
Especially since during the PTB, we're going to get pretty drastic changes to tunneling and slugging, which, if they did went to live, would have significantly made Killer weaker, whether or not you did it or not. It actively punished you for trying to go for the weak link, or if you accidentally killed someone and you weren't paying attention. Thankfully, this was not added, but the fact that we kind of had that, in addition, keyword is in addition to everything else that happened with The Walking Dead and the release of this really strong killer, it just really felt shitty. Bryson, do you have any thoughts on health?
Absolutely. It sucks. It sucks that this is the year we've had with Dead by Daylight for a game, the only live service game currently that I play. It's a bummer, and I told Maddie this the other day. I'm taking a break. Like this release was botched to all hell. I don't know
Good,
when they
good
said
for
there were.
you.
Yeah, like I'm not having fun, and I just think DVD needs a break from just my participation, I guess. Like, vote with your wallet, right? Like, the less time you spend in game, the more that signals to them, hey, something's wrong with your video game. And so the fact that we got a health update for a health update, and now we kind of need more updates to fix those health updates, is just a circle, and I'm tired of it. So I'm gonna stick with the community. I'm going to stick with this podcast. I want to see DVD thrive. But unfortunately, I think I've seen a lot of posts like this on the subreddit. You know, that's only a very small minority of the community, but like a lot of people just seem to be over it and are going to be taking breaks. Battlefield 6 comes out in a couple weeks. That'll be my primary. I've not been into a shooter in years, and so I played the beta for that, and I loved it. So that'll be have its talons in me for a while, I'm sure. So that'll keep me busy. I'll come back for the events, but I don't expect to stick around for them until the new chapter next year. But yeah, the fact that we got the Krasue and that chapter was delayed for it to have more polish, and then it comes out like this, just feels like a slap in the face. So for that reason, I just think, yeah, DVD just really needs to get their shit together. What that involves, I don't know. I'm not a game developer, so I can't suggest that, but it's a hot mess right now for sure.
And that's to say, if anyone feels similar, it's totally fine to take a break. Like, I take breaks from Dead by Daylight regularly, especially when I'm having a lot of stressful and I like get actually angry. You should not feel angry when you're playing video games. You should be having fun.
No.
So if you're having struggles with that, take a break. Play something like Sims 4, or maybe not with the recent acquisitions.
No, but like, yeah,
Oh,
seriously, what are
yeah.
y'all playing what are you playing to pull yourself away from a game that's not really the funnest right now?
Yeah, leave
I know,
comments and
I know you're
emails. Tell us
playing Battlefield, Bryson. What are you playing, Maddie?
Well, it's funny. I
What are you
actually
both
forgot about
playing?
the acquisition that you just mentioned, Maddie. So my decision on Battlefield 6 actually is kind of up in the air right now. It's kind of crazy to me that Mass Effect, Dead Space, Titanfall, so many IPs that I love are going to be owned by Saudi Arabia. That's kind of weird.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we
I
should probably tell
digress.
the listeners and viewers this.
Yeah, go for it.
So this is sort of political territory, so if you're not really comfortable or you don't want to deal with that, skip later into the episode. We'll probably put like a little, this is no longer politics zone. But basically, Electronic Arts, the owners of The Sims 4, Dead Space, and a lot of other popular franchises like Apex Legends or FIFA, was recently acquired and turned private by a company in Saudi Arabia. And one of these shareholders is the son-in-law of Donald Trump, President of the United States. So people are kind of assuming the worst, especially for games like Sims 4, which are very openly queer, or games like
Mass
Apex or
Effect.
FIFA, which have a very
Yeah.
strong reach on young male audiences. People are kind of being like, oh no. And it's kind of off topic, hence why we're putting like a little warning here and saying like, hey, if you don't want to listen to this, skip it. But seeing how we're talking about games and health feels like it's worth mentioning, especially since I played The Sims 4 or was playing The Sims 4. Oh.
Saudi Arabia loves PC gaming. I'll be honest. Like,
Mhm.
so many most expensive CS:GO skins get bought by like Saudi oil princes in like
Oh,
the funny side of things. But then EA just gets, yeah, okay. We have a big investor group, and I guess they like video games, hopefully. And EA has always been the worst company
yeah.
to like get your video games from, and it sucked that they owned
Yeah.
so many cool studios that they shut down immediately and took their games and ran
Yep.
with it.
Yeah.
Like
This
Mass
is a
Effect,
really
super cool
fucking gay
game.
message.
Where's BioWare right now? Oh, wait, why is EA still the one that's up and running? What happened to
Mm.
Mhm.
BioWare? What are they still doing?
Rest
What
in
fucked
peace,
them
Ugh.
up?
Bioware.
Like,
Yeah,
I
and
Rest in peace,
know.
BioWare.
and and I don't expect many games to come out of that studio or that publisher other than more Battlefield. I bet they're going to serialize it to where it's yearly. So it's going to be worse because it'll compete with COD for sure. And you're going to get more sports games, but you're
100%.
probably not going to get that Mass Effect game they announced years ago because that studio was all but butchered.
No Mass Effect
Um,
5.
and it being
Ugh.
owned by Saudi Arabia, you're not going to get same sex relationships in that game like you did in the first three. Like it's just not going to be the same. And I just don't think I'll ever see. And
If
it
they took
sucks
the
because
woke out of Sims,
yeah, like it
I'd be
sucks
so
because like
pissed. I'd riot.
that EA owns so many IP that I love, like Dead Space and Titanfall are two of my favorite like franchises. It just sucks to see them go down like this. I don't think I'll ever see games like that again. It just sucks. It sucks. So yeah.
Okay,
Um,
let's agree on this. Dead by Daylight is not selling their company to Saudi Arabia or oil princes.
yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
No, no.
But DVD's in a whole different spot. But to hold me off, yeah, Battlefield I guess is up in the air. But um, been playing Dying Light: The Beast right now. That's fun.
Yes.
Highly recommend that.
That's
It's
so
more
fun.
Dying Light. If you know what that is, you'll love it. If you like the first two,
Yes.
and I just picked
Hardcore
up.
zombie.
Oh yeah, Parkour Zombies. It's good. And also like a Dying Light chapter for DVD would be awesome. Would be really cool.
Hold up.
Um,
Fire.
but I also just picked up Hades for my Steam Deck. That was on sale. The autumn sale
Yes.
started today on
Hades?
It's
Steam.
so
It was
good.
like
Hades 1? Yeah,
$8.
you playing
Yeah, the
Hades
first
1?
Hades because I've not really played it. And yeah, played like an hour of it today, and that was great. I also picked up Fallout 4. I have tried to get into Fallout many times, so I'm going to try it this time around. I love the show, but I've never gotten to the game, so I'm going to try with 4. But we'll see
That's
that.
fair.
I'll report
Four
back.
is four's probably the easiest to get into, but
100%.
also the
Yeah.
most shallow, as if that makes
Okay.
sense.
It doesn't have the
That makes
most
sense.
sauce. New
Yeah,
Vegas?
the
Saucy.
gameplay is a lot of shooting and looting, but
Yeah.
nothing else.
And then there's
There's
the
no.
base building thing that no one fucking uses except for
Yeah, that
the
looked
story.
bad.
I love the base building. It's the only good part of the game.
Stevie. You
I
need to
may,
build the settlement.
I may install some mods to improve the experience, but we'll
yes.
see.
You gotta. You gotta. It's
Maddie, what are you up to? What are you playing?
FUSDA sanctioned necessity. If you're playing one of the original games, you've gotta, balance it
Yeah,
out.
absolutely.
Yes.
I'm a Skyrim girly. It's my favorite game of all time. Half the time, I've got like 100 mods installed. And I'm not afraid to admit that.
The other half the time is 200 mods.
There you go. There you go.
Are you
Mod
trying
it
to
up.
out Skyrim me, Stevie?
No, I never played Skyrim. I'll be honest.
You haven't?
I've
What?
only ever been in the room with a friend and we made a character
Yeah.
and played 10 minutes.
I mean, at this
but
point,
not
just
playing.
wait for the,
That's not
the
playing.
remake or the
That's not-
remaster. Because
You're
there
waiting for
will be
Skyrim
one.
remastered?
Yeah, it will come.
How
we
about
know.
that Oblivion remaster, huh?
Skyrim
that was
for your
good.
smart fridge coming out.
I played a
tomorrow.
bit of that. That was good.
It looks
Skyrim?
very pretty. The Oblivion remaster?
Oh, Oblivion
Mhm.
remastered. I
Yes,
haven't
yes.
played it, but it looks so good.
Very pretty
Mhm.
game.
Yeah.
So, now that we've kind of talked about like games that we're playing or thinking about playing, if we take a break from Dead by Daylight, given it's kind of not in the best spot, let's try and end on a positive note. Continued. What are some things that we like about Dead by Daylight right now? Like currently, what are some things that Dead by Daylight are doing right now that we're like, yes, I can start? I feel like recently the cosmetics have been eating. Like, I don't feel like it's been given to only the popular characters. I'm seeing characters who don't really get cosmetics get cosmetics. The art department is knocking out of the park. All of October, I'm really excited for. I won't buy it all, but I'm super glad it's happening. Like the Maggie skin looks really cool from the one screenshot we got. I love the bear
Yeah.
skin for the Oni. Blighted Unknown looks sick as hell. Blighted Springtrap is gonna be peak. I'm so ready for him. And yeah, I just feel like cosmetic wise, game's doing great. I even like the rifts. Tome lore is another thing. I feel like that'll be its own dedicated episode. We'll have to wait for more weeks to come out, but so
A little
far,
teaser.
Stevie, what's one thing you like about Dead by Daylight currently?
I think that no other game is gonna have the hillbilly in it. That's
Yes.
it.
There you
Just
go.
the hillbilly.
Halo.
It's still
Yeah.
fun to just boot up Dead by Daylight right now and pull up killer and go through my rotation and just play like 3 killer games, play a different killer each time. Don't worry about the score, just kind of get like a couple thousand blood points.
Yeah.
And if I'm just hitting something or trying. Last time I played Hillbilly, I was Badham, and there was that little bush loop behind Maine. That one pallet, one tree,
Oh,
one
yeah.
bush, like right outside the door, and I just chased a Meg there for 5 gens. It was the best match I had in a while. I just tried to curve her the whole time. She didn't drop the pallet
Oh, man.
at all because she knew I'm not gonna M1. I'm just gonna try to curve you.
Yeah.
That was the best match.
Hey,
I played in a while.
dedication. That's dedication.
Bryson,
But next time, if I get that chainsaw there, now I'll know exactly how to get that chainsaw there.
True.
Bryson, what's one thing that you like about Dead by Daylight right now?
You kind of took mine. Cosmetics. Yeah, cosmetics department knocks it out of the park every time. Like the new Oni Night of the Living Cats or whatever it's called. That looked awesome.
Yes,
Yeah,
Night
all
of
the
the Living
cosmetics. The autumn collection looks great. Although I'm kind of bummed we didn't get any. I was like hoping maybe for like a secret license one in there, but I get it. You can't always have a original license.
We might.
Who knows?
Yeah,
maybe January
maybe
will
in the
have
future.
more. I don't know. Licensed
True.
survivors and killers.
True, and maybe some. What am I thinking of? Christmas sweaters for maybe The Walking Dead. That'd be cool.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
Because Alan Wake got one and Ripley got one, so they've done some of that. But yeah, the cosmetics are always great. I just they're not enough to keep me here. So yeah. Other than that, I can't really think of anything, which I think is bad, and I feel bad for saying that. But I guess the
don't
only
have
other
to.
thing,
Yeah.
that's true. I guess 2v8. I mean, 2v8's always fun. I'll come back for it in November. But yeah, I'm excited to see more cosmetics, and hopefully GBD can smooth out the wrinkles.
Yeah. So I feel like that's where we're going to end it for today, audience. Sorry if this was a bit of a shorter episode. This was kind of a rehash of the PTB, just more finalized. Next week's episode is hopefully going to be a bit longer, maybe tackling a more fun topic. Ooh.
They
Whatever
also
could
get a
that be?
bonus episode on Friday, so there's that.
I mean, you get a bonus
Oh
episode
yeah.
every
You little
week
listeners,
for
you're
the next
gonna
couple
love
weeks
this.
on Fridays. Stay tuned. Anyways, listeners, viewers, thank you so much for your support. Email us using the address redstainradio@gmail.com. Leave us a review on the platform of your choice. Share the pod with someone else or follow us on TikTok, Instagram, or something else if we have a mystery fourth option.
We have YouTube
We'd
as
be
well.
really grateful. Thank you, Bryson. Thank you, Stevie. And thank you, listeners
Thank
and
you.
viewers. We'll be seeing you in the fog later
Thank you
this
all. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.